So we're going to jump into the Jasmy coverage right now. Let's just pull it up and see why it's such a big deal, right? So I went ahead and reviewed this earlier. And of course, this was reposted from NeoX, Tricks and a whole bunch of other guys, right? Bottom line is this, and that is Jasmy has welcomed, a new partner, which is Pilab Technologies, as well as Bifrost Network. Now, I already went ahead and looked through both of these, so we're going to take you over to this and basically share with you why it's a big deal. But in the process of doing so, Binance actually referenced what the heck is going on with some of the newest news. And again, NeoX Tricks actually saw this. He caught it. Thank you so much, Neo. The news about the creation of the Jasmy chain was commented on Binance. And as we know, we're always paying attention to what's going on with Binance, where there's good, where there's bad, and so on, right? So going over there, I want to share this with you. And of course, we'll jump into the rest of it. I want to state this. All right. So roughly 1 to 2 months ago, we talked about centrality, a layer 2 solution for Jasmy, because people were wondering, can Jasmy scale? And we're like, yeah, scalability solved was the name of that particular deep dive video. So you see this straight from Binance this time, referencing not just what we talked about, but a little bit more about scalability. Here it is. According to Foresight News, Web3 data market project Jasmy has officially launched the Jasmy Chain project, which aims to build an Ethereum-based Layer 2 solution to further enhance Jasmy scalability. The project will include support for account abstraction, a Web3 operating system integrated with the Jasmy AI engine, and precise services based on DID and user data. Now, here's the key thing. All right. Even at the state that we shared this with in regards to centrality, that was a big deal in regards to, hey, can Jasmy scale? Answer was yes, through centrality. And we got confirmation that they can do up to 1,000 TPS. That's very, very significantly faster, more efficient than just going with the classic, Ethereum. Basically, what was it, like 14 to 18 TPS? That's just not going to get the job done in regards to scalability. So for one, scalability has always been on the mind of Jasmy, but now you're also starting to see the new talk about the new engine, or I should say the new AI engine. Remember, we were talking like, hey, at some point, Q4 is going to come up, and the Jasmy development team is going to have to address some of these issues. Now, of course, a lot of you guys want the Q4 lockup to be mentioned and so on, but the AI engine was something that was just like, well, okay, well, what's going on with that? We're going to kick this can down the road even further. Here's what's going on with some of this. So I'm going to jump over to this Medium, and here it is in regards to Jasmy and Pilab, and we'll get more into the the other one, which was basically Bifrost, right? But in regards to this, there's some real cool details here. And it talks about some of this. So for one, they announced today this strategic business agreement with Pilab. It's a company pioneering advanced blockchain tech. Pilab continues to expand its unique blockchain ecosystem along the launch of its mainnet, the Bifrost network. I did take a look at Bifrost. It seems pretty impressive. It goes on to mention its cross-chain technology offers an optimal environment for building various applications and provides proactive support for existing Web 2 companies and organizations looking to enter and expand into, of course, the Web 3 space. Now, getting more into this, okay, it talks about this right here, all right? They have, for instance, in this business agreement with Pilab and so on, this want and need for a comprehensive platform for KYC verification and cryptocurrency name services. Moreover, Jasmy's NFTs, listen to this, will now be issued on the Bifrost network. So these networks, are going to stand out, of course, for Jasmy, and we're going to show you the reason why. But in a nutshell, it's going to help Jasmy achieve more of that widespread mass adoption. And then we'll get into that here in a bit. Goes on to also mention there's going to be support for JPYC stablecoin. Remember how we were talking about this for months? So a lot of these things that seem like they're speculative, boom, there you go, right? and liquidity provision to Bifrost cross-chain decentralized exchange DEX aggregator will be carried out. So again, more of these, DEXs, more of these, there's like decentralized apps they're going to be building upon here soon or by the end of the year. It says both companies will actively promote mutual marketing support and other initiatives. This guy from Pilab, the CEO, Do-Hyun Park, commented the importance of KYC verification in the Web3 domain is likely to become even more significant in the future. There's going to be this close collaboration with many projects. They aim to strengthen their position of a pioneering blockchain project for KYC verification. In regards to Hara, he's also delighted to announce this. He says this is going to be under the banner of what? Data democracy. That's the bottom line, right? Isn't that what Jasmy should be all about? But it's not just data democracy. Jasmy has entered, of course, into this new realm, which is called finance democracy. And we're going to show you some of these references here on the site here soon. So this partnership agreement is a significant step in that effort. They hope to provide more value to the market through initiatives of both projects. Now, this part where it says provide more value to the market, I did listen to that replay of the AMA of the other night. And, Jesse of KIR Finance, Keeping It Real, was talking about, like, for instance, in regards to like what he's going to bring to the table as far as being an ambassador. But him and other people are talking about, like, we need to get some kind of update in regards to like investors, and so on, like what's going on with that. So one of the things was like, what kind of value is Jasmy going to bring? To me personally, this wording is literally a direct result from that AMA, if you will. Now, I know some of you guys feel as though that was like an underwhelming AMA. You got to keep in mind, almost all the AMAs do kind of put off that feel of the esque. My opinion is because of the language barrier, if you will. You also got to keep in mind, like we mentioned before, I mean, the Japanese, to a sense, they base things more off of like what the actual product they have and so on, the use case, whether it is like a Sony Walkman from many years ago and so on. The products speak for themselves, but as far as the marketing, that's always been something that's been very critical, right? And even Steve Jobs, like we showed in that deep dive video a while back, he points out some of this, right? So under this agreement, Jasmy and Pilab Tech will harness the full potential of both projects and expand globally. That's obviously what we want. Now, here is Bifrost Network. Like it says, it's a network that is open to developers, dApps, other networks, all. I really like the part about dApps, though. Right, I pointed out numerous times, I always felt as though by the end of 2023, dApps should really, really stand out on multiple platforms, obviously not just in Jasmy, right? So it says build on Bifrost to access a wide range of infrastructure that enables multi-chain capabilities from the get-go. You can obviously build if you're a dev. He's got this whole thing about being always secure, always developer-friendly, structurally, lots of things you can do. Average block time, 3 seconds. But look at this. Now, this is a key thing, all right? And I always say I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm really not, all right? My research speaks for itself. I think you guys have seen that. It's proven itself. So before I showed you guys when it came to centrality about, can Jasmy scale? Here is another solution, right? And helping Jasmy create that scalability, especially when it comes to their blockchain that they're going to be building, right? Or hopefully have out as some, I don't know if it's at the end of the year, but a lot of talk about them getting this Jasmy blockchain finally going. And you like the idea that they're finally mentioning some of these key things. So again, one of the key things I want to share with you is before with centrality, we confirm that yes, Jasmy can scale 1000 TPS. Okay. This is another particular platform. Look what's also mentioned, 1000 TPS. So Jasmy is not escaping or trying to kick the can down the road in regards to scalability. Here's another example. Now, what about the cost? When we think about, some of these solutions that are there, and especially when Ethereum is mentioned and so on, people think, oh God, Ethereum gas fees and so on. But you got to keep in mind, this is a layer 2 solution with 1000 TPS. The average cost for this is only 0.007. Now, there's other blockchains and so on out there that, tote, for instance, like 3 zeros, 4 zeros, and so on. But the heck, man, this beats the living hell out of classic. I should call it classic Ethereum, but you get what I'm saying, where we're getting hit with really high gas fees. All right, this is trusted. This is renowned by partners worldwide, and you're going to see some, big names here. Obviously, OpenSea, Polygon. Gets more into this as we get more into what's mentioned here. I think even Chainlink is on here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here they come. They're loading up. Avalanche is referenced here. I also believe Polygon, or not Polygon. Whatchamacallit, the layer 0 solution, which is Polkadot, right? Polkadot, I believe, is also on here. Might take a while to load up, but you can look more into it yourself. All right, let me see. I just kind of loading up some more. But anyway, yes, join their ever-evolving ecosystem. I mean, it's a cool thing, right? That's the bottom line. So here's, again, a little bit more of what I want to show you. So we showed you Bifrost, right? And that's good stuff. And I'm not even in the frame. Sorry about that. Let me come back into the frame. But yes, we showed you Bifrost. Let's show you Pilab. Here it is. And on Pilab, basically speaking, like it says, research-orientated blockchain building portfolio of dApps for DeFi, NFTs, and GameFi. Say what you want, right? But there's going to be some big things happening for Jasmy, especially with having their own blockchain. If we cover, and I should say if we do, what's one of the main things we talk about when it comes to Stellar? We always talk about Sorbonne. This is a great project that flies under the radar. Not enough coverage. I think that's one of the big things, but that's a key premier smart contract platform for Stellar. Well, how about this for the future, right? Jasmy gets their own blockchain and they end up building a robust ecosystem. You really think that you're going to see the prices of what you see right now? No, as they would say back over in Jersey, forget about it, right? Yeah, forget about it, because in reality, instead of just having just Jasmy themselves to build, you have a platform that makes it attractive, especially with these other things that you're now seeing, these partnerships, where you can make it easy for devs to come and build on the platform. That's the bottom line, attracting other devs. Other devs say, you know what, to hell with these old systems, right? Like, this old ETH ecosystem that I used to be part of is costing my business too much money. I'm going to jump ship. I'm going to go with this. And they do it. They do it all day long. XDC, obviously, what's going on with, Stellar and so on, right? With Sorbonne. So look, DeFi, NFTs, GameFi, always secure first, user first, seamlessly integrating real world with the metaverse. Again, keep in mind, when it comes to Jasmy, their metaverse play is basically not just like the game-esque feel to it, but it's definitely having themselves put into the educational side with it, right? If you saw the last deep dive we did in regards to Giga School concept, you understand and get that the gist of like what Kazumasa Sato is saying and so on in regards to contributing towards the educational side of where Japan is going as far as all of that, right? Society 5.0. All right, so what I want to show you is this right here, and I even highlighted the mission of this. And this is great, right? I mean, it's one thing to have a new partnership, but is it boring? Is it exciting? All right, I'm with you guys. So the mission, bridging values from scattered networks to build real, tangible, and flexible use cases in blockchain with multi-chain Bifrost infrastructure. Their team believes in the power of what? Mass adoption and decentralization through killer dApp use cases and across multiple blockchain networks. I don't know about you, but I love the concept of mass adoption. We need more of this mass adoption, especially when it comes to Jasmy. So, I mean, this is not something I'm like, oh man, I'm complaining about this. Like, who the heck are these guys? No way, right? Another thing I want to get into is some of these other ones, right? BiFi-X, first automated one-click multi-chain leverage platform. And again, this is some of the key things in regards to Jasmy breaking out into finance democracy. This is a taste of that. So instead of me just talking about, oh, this would be so cool about this new thing they're getting into, now you're literally seeing things that were speculative and then you're getting confirmation, and you can look into it more yourself. And I would encourage anybody who's a Jasmy investor to do just that, right? Don't just listen to the things that, the guy with the, Filipino Ice Cube looking hat. By the way, it's just Portland Diamond Project. It's nothing big. But anyway, well, it will be big in the future. But that's beside the point, right? Don't just listen to me. Looking more into it yourself. That's the whole point of doing your own research, right? So it's got some of this other stuff, right? Chain runners, smart integration software engine for customizable blockchain strategies with use cases, automated pre-built scenario DeFi aggregator. I mean, pretty cool stuff. They have all these other examples here. I mean, they're even hiring. They got a lot going on. Is the bottom line, right? All right, going a little bit more into this. Let's talk specifically into the main thing that you all have been waiting for, and that is not the Jasmy quant stuff. That's going to be juicy if you stick around with it. But like it says right here, straight from Jasmy Management, thrilled to announce this new journey. What's the new journey? Well, it's Jasmy Chain, right? This new blockchain. And if anything, this is what you tuned in for. This is what you want to learn more about, and so on. So we're going to jump into this, and I'm going to pull it up right now. This comes straight from the other Medium post, and yeah, here it is. This was reported earlier today, and basically speaking, it's this, and I love the terminology: relentless pursuit of democratizing data. Right? You're not going to escape the concept of your main utility layer. You're going to embrace it full-heartedly. You're going to, just try to expand on it and so on. So, this ensures genuine rights and so on, but not just that, right? They are going to do a breakdown of what this is all about. So Jasmy Chain is not just a brand new tech endeavor. It's a further commitment to data transparency, security, and personalized control. A layer 2, not layer 1, layer 2 solution based on ETH. Jasmy Chain aims to provide users with more efficient, cost-effective, and secure ways to transact the data. Now, if anything, this is going to be a nice outline for when we do eventually get to the Quant Jasmy connection. Because I know there's still some naysayers that think it's all speculative and it's just all like, it's malarkey. You're talking about the future and so on. I got criticism from the first video about the KPMG thing. I got some more of that. Yeah, I got some more of that. I got some good stuff. So again, stick around for that. But look at this. I like how they don't run away from this. This is good. This tells me they are paying attention to what you guys are complaining about, right? Like, can Jasmy scale? I saw it's built on ETH. Oh, they have the Binance Smart Chain bridge and so on, but I don't like some of these key things. Why can't Jasmy build on XTC and stuff like that? Hey, great complaints, right? But look, right here, plain as day, highly scalable design can handle the rapid growth of future data volumes. Right? So what's the point of having a personal data locker if it can't scale? Society 5.0 and all this, again, like I mentioned before, literally Jimbo Bob is visiting Japan. You're gonna hop on like the local commute or whatever. We're now into Society 5.0. It's the future and so on. You can't have a situation where Jimbo Bob is literally like, well, Martha, I forgot my email. Let me see what the password is. And then this line just builds and builds and builds and builds. Everybody's going to be late to work or late to the event. No, it's literally take this, swipe it, boom, done. Forgetting the whole concept of losing your password and stuff like that, right? So you got to have some kind of, blockchain that has that scalability. And if anything, it has to be reliable all the time. So yes, rapid growth of future data volumes, ensuring that our community can enjoy a smooth and instant interaction. Like I didn't even got to that part yet, right? I literally predicted, just like what I was talking to you guys about, that part. Instant interaction experience while enjoying what? Data sovereignty. They invite developers, partners, all these people, right? And basically, it's just that, the future data democracy. There's a background in regards to this. I'm not gonna get into all this stuff, but this part right here, The growth of our community and the deepening of digitalization, the scenarios for data and exchange are also increasing. To meet these new demands, again, guys, think about this. Whatever you're invested into, it doesn't matter what it is. What is the main thing, whether it's crypto or stocks? Does it have supply and demand? And if so, do the developers, right, have your best interest at heart when it comes to, innovation and so on, right? Yes. The answer is yes when it comes to Jasmy, because they recognize to meet these new demands, again, that supply and demand, and provide more efficient and convenient data democracy services, Jasmy has realized the need to introduce more advanced technological solutions. Therefore, like we showed you guys earlier, building the Ethereum-based Layer 2 Jasmy chain to further enhance Jasmy scalability. But it doesn't just end there. And we'll get into that whole quant thing here in a bit. Now, why Jasmy chain? And this is a great question. Some people are like, well, what's the big deal? Why does Jasmy need to have its own blockchain? Great question. Look at this. With a large number of users using their developed blockchain PC, they anticipate rapid growth in the number of data storage users, leading to a significant increase in data types and volumes. Now, when you think about this, and this gets brought up quite a bit, that is 2026 KPI targets. And I'm going to be honest with this. I was not expecting to get anything at all in regards to, AI engine, talk about the new blockchain, none of that until the end of this year. In my opinion, we're ahead of schedule. Now, this is great because, like what you also saw at the beginning of the outline, these ETFs, and you're going to see more pop up over and over and over. So when we have stated that, the crypto accumulation phase is running out. Well, when there was fear, a lot of us, right? I think we're all guilty of this, right? We're human. It's just like, well, it's been extended, but damn, man, this crypto winter, for crying out loud. I'm not talking about Badir, shout out to Badir, but this crypto winter thing, like, my God, are we going to go into crypto winter apocalyptic, Game of Thrones, freaking dragons shooting out ice all over the place, like that type of thing, like crypto winter blizzard? Or was it just like that was just temporary? Because here's the thing, if you already saw a glimpse into the future of what's like a taste of what's to come with these ETFs, this was just one, guys. What about when there's many of these ETFs? So you're getting like boop, spike in the market, boop, another one, boop, 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 boop. I mean, it's really, I know that sounds like a weird sound effect, but the point is, you can imagine what's going to happen with the market, especially when it comes to the big dogs, right? Your BlackRocks, Vanguards, and so on, especially BlackRock. Let's get back to the topic. Currently, users, all right, let me go back. I'm sorry. Yes, increasing data. This growth not only forms a vast economic field, but also allows us to price personal data through suitable reward system. Have we not been paying attention to the concept of the DD coin? I've done numerous deep dives on that. And again, go to the recorded video section. That's why we have all that research there. It's there not just because, oh, here's the newest news and Max just wants to get a lot of views. No, it's also there for your own reference to say to yourself, I need to know what DD coin is all about. I'm brand new to this show. I don't know what's about. Can anybody tell me what's about? Yeah, sure, no problem. Like back in the 80s and so on, card catalog. That is our catalog of knowledge and research at your disposal. I would highly recommend checking out because DD is going to be the plug, be the connect when it comes to not only helping this whole concept of this new society 5.0, but it's like it helps you as an investor because you're invested into Jasmy, you hold the Jasmy token. And at the same time, for people that are like in Japan and so on with DD, they are contributing to what? This new society. It's a win-win. They talk about, that platinum data, or they talk about, how this could all be harmonious. No pun intended, but that's literally the terminology they use. is because it's a great thing. It's a win-win for both the society, or boosting the economy of Japan, but also rewarding the token holders that simply hold a personal data locker. That's utility in motion, you guys. So again, when I say Jasmy, in my opinion, could very well be the chosen one that gets us to the promised land, I mean that full-heartedly. I don't mean just say it like just because it sounds cool. You know what I mean? I realize that we have some people, God bless them, from the Jewish community here. You guys know all about, for instance, the terminology of the promised land and so on. But I really mean that. It's like, think about Japan. Think about data free flow with trust. That regulatory framework. They have already embraced crypto. We are getting hints of what it could happen for especially us in the United States and around other places in the world and so on. But again, if you already have one that's already there, and they don't have to convince their own society, their own people, their own regulators, hence Genki Yoda again, doesn't that kind of give you the one up as an investor? Flutters will never explain this to you. They'll never go into detail about this. They'll just show you that chart. Well, it's 99% down. Why would I want to get into that? And then just laugh at you. But again, some of these guys are laughing all the way to the bank because they want to see a crypto winner. They want to just short this. And that's all they want to do, because that's for their own personal gain. These guys do not represent a community. I mean, a community of fudders, possibly, but that's just only a few people, right? That's not a real rich, thriving community. Getting more into this, because we did talk about scalability. Currently, users can freely provide or grant their data and retrieve it if necessary. However, with the growth of data volumes, Jasmy may face scalability and performance issues. Again, they recognize this. Let's jump into this. In addition, usage costs may increase, possibly affecting liquidity and accessibility of data. To overcome, see how they followed up with this? They already recognize this. You want your devs to recognize this. Again, you cannot get to the concepts of these society 5.0s if you don't recognize it, especially in a building phase. They are still building. I consider this as a blessing to get in at these particular prices. To overcome these challenges and continue to provide quality services to the community, we see Layer 2 as more than a choice, but a necessity. I would totally agree, full-heartedly. By introducing Jasmy Chain, we can maintain more efficient data transaction speeds, reduce the transaction costs, and ensure the highest security for users when transacting, storing, and managing their data. Again, the whole point here, everything was mentioned there, recognizing every single aspect of the what ifs. Because you know what? If you don't recognize the what ifs, then it's going to be like, oh, what the hell are we doing with this? As the saying goes, holding the bag. No, you don't want that. You want buyer confidence, but if anything, you want your investors to know and trust the devs that have went and put in the hard work to get this all created for the future. If you don't have scalability, you don't have squat. I have to have the same user experience as you and everybody else. Otherwise, you got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Additionally, Layer 2 provides us a framework for further innovate, introducing more features and services to meet users' growing demands. I love this. Innovate. We will, like I pointed out before, especially when it comes to quant with interoperability, you better believe you're going to be able to scale further than just 1,000 TPS in the future if they need to, right? So there's more features to the Jasmy chain, and I want to get into some more of these key things. And I know this seems like it's the Jasmy show, but there's a lot that has happened here recently in regards to Jasmy. They're, of course, excited about some of these main design features, but check it out in regards to that. We did talk about the Layer 2, and it says that their current Layer 2 development employs OP stack-based technology and natively integrates an account abstraction-like system at the chain level. This design allows contracts to define their transaction validation logic, providing developers with greater flexibility. For users, this means a near Web 2 interaction experience on Jasmy Chain, significantly reducing friction with layer 2 interactions while ensuring 100% compatibility with existing EVM standards. Again, recognizing the standards, and especially recognizing that, all these different types of terminologies and technologies and so on, not trying to escape the problem, embracing the issue and being innovative at the same time. Web3 operating system integrated with Jasmy AI engine. Look at this for a second. Think about how this is worded. Their layer 2 goes beyond data processes. With the Jasmy AI engine, they envision a genuine AI-driven Web3 operating system. This system will fundamentally change the perception of the Ethereum chain account system, transforming it from a mere calculator to a powerful, intelligent computer. Some of you guys are invested into like internet computer, for instance, right? Like this, I mean, the way they word some of this stuff sounds very impressive. I'm just throwing that out there. This transformation means that all interactions will become more modular, efficient, intelligent. Shout out to you guys that are nerds who have a modular power supply. You know how big that is, right? If anything, it's a hell of a lot better than the old way of literally having a plug that goes into there. Modular power supply allows all sorts of different extra ports. Look at that in blockchain. Extra features, extra ports, no pun intended. Efficient, intelligent. Our goal is to provide users with more intuitive data processing methods while reducing the threshold for interacting with on-chain personnel data. Now, I would suggest you guys to get more into this because there's a lot that's obviously mentioned here. I like the part about, Jasmy's new blockchain basically further, democratize the data. That's to be expected, right? I'm going to get down to this part right here. And that is, in summary, Jasmy Chain represents the future of what? Data democratization. Right. Their main utility layer. Not kicking the can down the road or anything like that. It's a system that allows everyone to participate fairly and benefit. They believe that more people begin to use Jasmy Chain, the process of data democratization can be further realized, and especially realized through what? Scalability. That's the whole point of having this new blockchain, but it doesn't just end there. To be able to provide a blockchain where people can come in, build on an easy to use platform. Again, guys, when we talk about Society 5.0 and all these collective efforts from, Sorimitsu to, I guess we can even throw A-Star into there. I'm not saying they're connected with Jasmy, but they got that connection to Sony. There's all sorts of bigger players that come together for a common goal, and that is to build these smart cities or this new future society and so on. The key thing that I want you to take away from this is remember that in your head. Also remember, just like you saw with other blockchains or other investments that you're into, one of the key things is to have a thriving ecosystem. It's not about, like I've always mentioned, and maybe you guys are tired of me mentioning this like too much. It's still a good analogy. If I had the money, why would I want to create a motion picture by myself? Right? I'm just one person. Simply makes sense to take my talents and get together with other talented people for a common goal. But that involves other people coming to create towards the goal of the greater, bigger scheme of things and so on. You are now seeing this all start to come together. It's not there yet, but keep in mind, why would it be there yet? And especially at these price levels. Do you honestly think that if all this was put together and all here right now, that Jasmy would be sitting at 0.003 and some change? No. This means, just like anything, it needs to be worth a hell of a lot of money. We cover Ripple's XRP, we cover Stellar and all that as well. My opinion, in the future, when we get full implementation of ISO 222, that's where you see that generational wealth. You can apply some of those concepts to what we have with Society 5.0. Again, this isn't completely there yet. If anything, we're at Society 4.5, if you will. We're not at 5.0. So consider the blessings in disguise, and that is basically these price levels. The accumulation phase will not be here forever. And if anything, recognize the sale prices, not just on Jasmy, anything, but also recognize what's happening recently in regards to the ETFs.